It's always lit over at ajsrantroom.com. We got the best bags and accessories, our beloved Black Series. We got fresh lids for you hat lovers, fire jackets and hoodies, and of course we got you covered on the t-shirts. And introducing our first shoe line, Aloysius Germain. So get on over to ajsrantroom.com today and get to shopping. You won't be disappointed. Alrighty. What's good, everybody? What's good? Can you hear me? Can you see me? Welcome in. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Hallelujah. Praise God. I wait for the confirmation. Happy Tuesday. Happy appendix. I call Tuesday the appendix day because it's just the unnecessary day. Anyway, hope all is good. Hope all is well. Hope everybody is recovered from overeating. I don't think I have yet, but can y'all hear me? Can y'all see me? Test, mic check, 1, 2. Always do that now because I have PTSD from talking for a whole segment on mute. So that's gonna be our protocol from now on. Thank you, Pat. Appreciate it. Welcome in, everybody. Hope all is good. If you're on TikTok, tap the screen. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and all the other platforms, follow accordingly. Appreciate it. We have a good show pulled together today. Looking forward to talking about most of this stuff. But remember yesterday I talked about the mass shooting in Stockton, California, at that kid's the baby's birthday party that left 3 children dead and 1 adult dead and 10 other people injured. So yeah, there's an update. The mother of the child whose the party was for, the child was 2 years old. So they shooting up 2-year-old birthday parties now, y'all. But I'm going to point out something very interesting about this mother that I caught, and then I had to go research. But take a look at the mother talking about the shooting.
I threw a birthday party for my little daughter. She actually turned 2, and I just wanted all my family to come together and be together as it would be like an incident happened. As me getting ready to start my baby, to start cutting her cake and stuff, everybody's getting together around and just start cutting the cake, and all we heard was gunshots, and everybody just fell to the ground. It was just unexpected. I don't know what happened. I'm just so shocked and lost, and I'm lost of words. I'm speechless, and I just want to say I'm sorry to all the mothers out there that lost their kids at my birthday party. I don't even know what was going on. Everybody was inside. It was just a misunderstanding. Everybody was getting ready to cut the cake, like I said, and I actually thought it was my balloons popping. It was gunshots. So it's my daughter's niece. Both his nieces passed away. My sister actually got shot. My cousin got shot. My son's friend got shot. My 3 of my friends got shot. My friend's baby dad got shot and got killed. Yes, I work for the AA Whole Life Center. I work with the youth. And this is why it's really hurting me, because I see youth all day. I see kids all day. I'm a mother of 3. So for me to see kids on the floor and just bleeding and I can't help them, and I help people that I help the youth at my job, it was hurting me not to help them on the floor. Try not to be in public all the time with your kids, because anything can happen and bullet does not have a name. I believe that if you guys ever have a birthday party, just have a birthday party indoors and don't have Don't be outside.
All right. So, okay, obviously tragic, right? Nobody wants to be shot. Nobody, right? And nobody wants to be shot at, especially at your kid's birthday party. But I want to point out something very, very interesting about this woman. Now, I don't know her, I don't know her, but we see the grills in the mouth, we see the two nose rings, but there's something very interesting written on her neck. Do y'all see that writing on her neck? Hold on, I got a close up for you. Do-do-do-do-do. Boom. So it looks like it says choke biddy. Now, what is choke biddy? Because I have no idea what it is. I'm sure you don't either. So I did a little digging into what choke biddy is. So the choke biddy ink isn't a widely documented national gang symbol like the 5 point star for the Latin Kings or the pitchfork for the Gangster Disciples, but in Northern California's Central Valley gang scene, particularly amongst Black affiliated groups in Stockton, Sacramento, and nearby places like Galt, it points to ties with Bloods, specifically a subset or hood nickname known as Choke City from Sacramento's Oak Park neighborhood. All right. Uh, So Oak Park, OP, or Choke City, is notorious for blood sets like the Oak Park Bloods, where choke evokes the area's history of intense turf wars, choking out rivals like the Crips, and survival in a high poverty, high crime zone. Think lyrics and street lore referencing watching brother die right in front of me while quote smoking F and fanny laced fad, which is a local epidemic. Stockton, just 45 minutes north, shares overlapping gang networks via family migrations, drug corridors, and shared Central Valley Hispanic Black gang dynamics. Choke City is slang for Oak Park's blood territory, symbolizing dominance and resilience. It popped up on the local rap TikTok testimonials from ex-gang members and police reports on Valley blood factions. The red lettering matches blood colors, a la red bandanas, red cars, ink, opposed to Crips who are blue. Biddy is a twist. This seems like a deliberate swap from city to biddy, amplifying B for bloods while nodding to the African American vernacular slang for a little bitty, petite, or young female associated with Raj. She ain't petite, but I'm gonna shut up. It's common in female gang adjacent tattoos to personalize hood loyalty with feminine flair, baby blood, a little B. The neck placement screams visibility and unapologetic claim, typically for someone embedded in the lifestyle. Now, in this video, Homegirl appears to align with the urban black fashion influenced by hip hop and street culture, but the tattoo elevates it to a marker of affiliation. While she hasn't publicly addressed it, social media speculation questioning her gang related look ties it directly to the shooting's motive, likely retaliation against her, a family member, or an invited guest over Blood's beef. So you have, as they say, like Germany, they have clans, and apparently in Somalia they have clans. So this is like violent clans behavior, unofficial. But this doesn't make any sense, right? The only people I feel sorry for are the children in this situation. When you play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. When you get involved in gang activity, you're never going to get a positive result. You're either going to end up dead, in prison, or both at some point. Very few people go legit. Very few people become upstanding members of their community. Very few people actually mean a damn to the people in their lives. And so you take your 2-year old to a party, and now they're no longer here because of the choice that you made to affiliate yourself with a bunch of nigger shit. I pray that these children grow up to be upstanding citizens. I mean, it's a long shot at this point, but this is the environment that breeds this, right? So this just is going to continue on and on and on because people, first of all, you talk about I hate myself. If I hated myself, I would be participating in this behavior. This is self-hatred right here. Why would you want to be affiliated with this? Why, if you're going to be on a, if you're going to have television cameras in your face, she didn't even take a moment to try to cover it up with makeup. She didn't do anything. She literally went out there. It's literally in a very visible area. Or you could have wore a turtleneck or something, right? You could have wore something that covered it, right? But no, you didn't want to. You wanted to make it clear where you stand and what you are affiliated with. So no, I don't feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for those damn kids that got caught in the crosshairs or something. They had no say in whether they could be there or not. Or not. Yeah, yeah. The children. That's who I feel sorry for. Yes, Prince, the white man. It's white supremacy. Yeah, I want to talk about white supremacy. There it is, right here, written on her neck. Be violent, be reductive, be criminal, and somehow now you're the black one. You're black, but AJ's not black. Black conservatives aren't black. Yeah, no, this is the destructive behavior. This is the problem, right? And just to be so dumb to go on television with this exposed and thought that nobody was going to catch it. I was like, what the hell is that written on her neck? And then you set me down a rabbit hole. Oh yes, lumberjack, the quarter zip. They going after the quarter zip. The brothers who want to wear quarter zips and dress up. Oh, well, what is this? You're trying to associate with the white man? No, there's nothing wrong with being cleaned up. There's nothing wrong with not having your pants hanging off your ass and wearing a mortgage payment around your neck just because you can. There's nothing wrong with cleaning up. Nothing wrong with that. But this is the problem, ladies and gentlemen. And she hasn't computed that the behavior she's choosing to participate in and the lifestyle she's choosing to participate in is what caused this. That's what caused these three babies to be dead, one adult and 10 other people injured. This is cause and effect, ladies and gentlemen. And maybe one day she'll get it. Maybe the light bulb will go off one day and she'll leave this lifestyle behind. Maybe one day, maybe one day. But the whole notion that you can't go anywhere, you can't do anything. No, if you can afford to get that tattoo on your neck and all the other stuff that, you can afford to move. You can afford to go somewhere else and start fresh. Right? So, yeah, that's one of the biggest privileges of America is that if it ain't working in California, then move your ass to Arizona, go to New York, go to Maryland, go somewhere else, go somewhere where you can actually build a better life for you and your family. Yeah. But no, nobody want to hear that. AJ's the problem. AJ's the problem. So, yeah, that's the story behind this tattoo, behind this woman. And this is why the place was shot up because you're a gang member, you're a gang affiliate, and this was all preventable. All of it. Why would you have a party for your 2-year-old child knowing y'all are basically moving targets? Have the party at your house. Have the party somewhere. Yeah, yeah. Not in a public venue. Have the party somewhere private, But no, we're gonna be out in public. Woo, bring your kids. This is awful. This is awful. And God bless those babies who got injured and killed and hurt, and the trauma of the babies who didn't get killed and hurt, because now you have the visible memories of your little friends on the floor dying. So those are the people that I feel the sorriest for. Those are the people. Uh-huh. Hmm. Oh, yes, yes, Pat. Pat, thank you for reminding me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I didn't pull the hold on, I'm gonna try to find it. I'm gonna try to find it right quick. We here, we live. So yeah, let's do it. X.com. Boom, boom, boom. I'm gonna try to find the what is it? The lieutenant mayor, whatever the hell the second in command is called. His name is Jason Lee, and he's like a Hollywood gossip. Um, he has like a media entertainment company. He talks to all the celebrities, all that stuff. Yeah, big Kamala Harris supporter. You know, all the things, all the things. But hold on, Jason Lee, and he did say something. Hold on. Okay, here he is. Let's see. Stop sharing this, and we're gonna share this. Boo bit what you got. Hold on. Hold. I like live to live. I like when we do things on the fly. Replace. Screen share. Jason Lee. Share. Bam. All right, cool. So this is Jason Lee, and he's the vice mayor.
Those who are thinking of retaliation.
Hold on. And this is what he had to say about what's goings on in Stockton.
It's never been gangster to kill kids.
Can y'all hear that?
Never. It's never been gangster to kill kids. You went in a birthday party and shot people's children. So I know we're here. We want just if I could just. Parents brought their children out and they left with medical examiners. That is not human. That is not human. And I will say to those who are thinking of retaliation, when my brother got murdered, I thought about it too. It's human to want to hurt people who hurt people you love. But I had a choice to make, and I hope that the people out there in our community make the right choice and contact law enforcement, call me, call the mayor, call whoever you know, call the pastors, call your friend, turn yourself in. Because at some point, the redemption for what you did is going to happen when you see the person that created you. But you can start that process by turning yourself in and doing.
All right. First of all, they're not going to turn themselves in. We all know that. So yeah, he's this flaming homosexual dude who has a uh, um, media company, and he hosts podcasts, and he talks to all types of celebrities, right? And he's a big Democrat shill as well. I didn't even know he was the vice mayor of something. I didn't even know he ran for something. I didn't know any of this. I'm literally learning on the fly here. I didn't know any of this had happened. This right here, we could talk all we want about people turning themselves in, but until this changes, you're just going to be on the same Ferris wheel of violence and misery. This has to change right here. And until that changes, I don't care. You can give all the nice speeches you want. You can push for people to turn themselves in. But until the behavior changes, until you see proactive behavioral change and stop passing this degeneracy on to the next generation, you're never going to see change. It's going to be an endless cycle of violence that it's been ever since God knows what, the 80s, the 70s, who knows. Anyway, thanks for that, Pat. But yeah, Jason Lee is the last person you should be looking to now she needs a refund on the tat. Yo. Oh man. I mean, hey, I guess it doesn't have to be pretty. It just has to, maybe that's the logo. Maybe that's the way it's supposed to look. I don't know, but it's stupid. And we grown as hell. We grown as hell, and we grown as hell out here, still repping gangs. Come on now. Anyway, moving on. So Jamal Bryant, so-called pastor. He's not a pastor. This man's not a pastor. I care what you say. So-called pastor, and I hate the delay on YouTube. Really, Prince. I'm not gonna read that. Anyway, this dude is part of the black bourgeois. He is he's basically an influencer at this point. He's not even a real pastor. He's not a pastor. There's no word. There's no word when you go to his church. It's literally, this man is called black people he doesn't agree with racial epithets from the pulpit. He's screaming at the president of the United States from the pulpit. But Remember Black Friday? We talked about Black Friday yesterday, how successful it was. We had a successful Black Friday. I didn't look up the Cyber Monday numbers, but I'm sure those were off the charts too. But he decided to go to an Atlanta mall and protest with a few people outside the Target. And here's a clip of that. We ain't buying it. We ain't buying it. We ain't buying it. We ain't buying it. Oh God. Oh God. These people. These people. Oh God. This is exhausting. First of all, he's protesting because they rolled back their DEI policies, right? And so did many other corporations. But for some reason, Target is the main target. I don't know why. Why? Anybody know why that is? Target is the main target here. Uh, this man is not a pastor, because where in the Bible does it say sow division, idolize your race, disparage political figures, use racial epithets in the where in the Bible does it say any of that? You go to this man's church, he's a great orator, much like Candace Owens, who we're about to talk about in a moment. He's a great orator. He can make his voice rise and fall on the cadence, pull you in just enough, make you feel it. But when you really unpack the word he's preaching, it's nothing. It's a whole bunch of malarkey. It's nothing. I sound like a real New Yorker there. Malarkey. It's a whole bunch of trash. This man is not a pastor. He's a Democrat shill. He's a paid influencer at this point. Here's the thing about DEI. Black folks do not benefit the most from DEI. We benefit the least from DEI. Number two, why aren't white women out here staging the protest? Because they have benefited the most from affirmative action and DEI. Why aren't white women out here leading the charge? They're the biggest beneficiaries of this. You know, they're sitting here, the white women, the rainbow people, those are the biggest beneficiaries. And if you're black and you intersect with the rainbow, then you might have a leg up. But for the most part, black folks aren't benefiting from this. So why are we the loudest and the most wrong? Why? Why are we the loudest and the most wrong? This makes no damn sense. This makes no sense. And also another thing about Jamal Bryant, he's part of the black bourgeois. He's part of the boule. He's part of those the foo-foo black people, you know. He's not part of the average, you know, American black who's really out here keeping their head above water, working 100 hours a week. He's not part of that class of people. He's part of the fraternities, and you know he went on a whole diatribe about he doesn't have to disavow fraternities because you don't make white pastors do it, because it's always what the white people are doing, right? Because if the white people are doing it, it's okay. Meanwhile, you're my pastor and I'm calling you out, but I'm the drama. But again, the man's a great orator, and all you need is emotion to keep people, right? All you need is emotion. When you have emotions, who needs substance? When you can really pull the people in by sounding like, you know, he does all the breath. I just wanna. He's great at that. He's great. Now, there are a lot of pastors that do that, and they have a great message, a actual sermon, an actual biblical based message for you. He's not one of them people. He's giving you feelings. Feelings, nothing more than feelings. Anyway, moving on. So I got to put this back because no. Before we go to Madonna, I want to talk about this right quick, because this popped up as I was going to as I was about to go live, and I was like, yeah, let me throw this in here right now. So the Somali Feed Our Future crew. Remember, this was the whole the whole swindling campaign that sent a whole bunch of money of our taxpayer money over to the people. Yeah. Okay, cool. They sent a whole bunch of our money over to the people. And do you know how they got to do this? They were threatening to call Minnesota officials racist unless they kept the cash flowing. What part of what the hell are we doing here? What in the whole bull are we doing here? I don't give a damn. And this is why when I say I'm not going, like if the Republican Party reverts back to what it was, which is a bunch of pussified bitch ass people who can't stand up. Oh, you're gonna call me racist? Oh, okay, I'm not gonna. No, call me racist. Call me all the things. I don't care. People call me things all the time. You think I'm internalizing that shit? No. Unless you have proof, shut up. Call me whatever you want. Because we all know once people start attacking your looks or your voice or whatever, they don't have an argument. If you have an actual argument, you're pushing back on what's being said, not the person who's saying it. Right? Yeah. So when people start attacking you personally, you know you've won the argument. You know you've won. Right? The same thing with these Candace Owens people, which I'm gonna talk about. We're gonna talk about in a moment. The same thing. It's literally the same thing. Uh, who was told off? Oh, Jamal Bryant. As you're talking about. Um, who cares? Call me racist. Call me racist because the one thing you can't prove is that I'm actually racist. You know, I've been accused. Oh, we fake, conservatives on TikTok. I've been told, hey, AJ don't like white people. He just like white people's money. Okay, where's your proof of that? Where's your proof of that? Because I hurt your feelings? Because I said something you didn't like? Well, go ahead. Let your pussy burn just like all of the other liberals who are hurt just like you. Because a lot of these conservatives, they're not really conservatives. They're either disgruntled Democrats or wayward liberals who need a moment somewhere else. That's it. But it's never because you're actually a conservative. Because when you're actually a conservative, you know you can disagree. Conservatives disagree all the time. But there's a difference between me and some other people. We'll talk about that in a moment. But stop being scared of these people. These people have no leverage. These people are not that powerful. Let them call you racist. Let them call you Islamophobic, all of the things. Let them call you all the things. Call me almond. Thank you. Prince is stupid. Let them call you all these things. Who cares? Call me it. Call me it. I don't give a damn. I give a frog's fat ass. But y'all let these people extort billions of dollars. Well, this is the 250, but it was over $1 billion. Y'all let these people shuttle all this cash out of this country because you didn't want to be called racist. Fire everybody. Republican, Democrat, Independent, dog meat, Green Party. I don't give a damn what you're a part of. Fire everybody. Fire them all. Because this right here was the stupidest. How you get played on this level? Y'all are the creme de la creme, right? You're supposed to be the smartest, the brightest of the brightest, right? Politics is a nasty world. And you mean to tell me, and all of that dog fighting you did to get your seat, the thing that took you down was being called racist? Okay, call me racist. You can't prove it. Okay, cool. Moving on. All right. So, I got to put this back. So, Madonna. Hold on. Stop sharing. And I got to put this back up. Screen share. Screen share. There we go. Screen share. Screen share. All right, cool. Oh, so apparently Trump is holding 9th cabinet meeting of second term. Okay, great. We love that for him. So Madonna pens a scathing post against Trump for unthinkable decision to ignore World AIDS Day. which is December 1st, by the way, for those who don't know. Singer Madonna attacked President Trump for no longer commemorating World AIDS Day on Monday. Madonna referenced the day in an Instagram post and remarked that the Trump administration did not promote the day, the first time the U.S. did not commemorate World AIDS Day since it was established in 1988. Quote, Donald Trump has announced that World AIDS Day should no longer be acknowledged, Madonna wrote. It's one thing to order federal agents to refrain from commemorating this day, but to ask the general public to pretend it never happened is ridiculous. It's absurd. It's unthinkable. I bet he's never watched his best friend die of AIDS, held their hand and watched the blood drain from their face as they took their last breath at the age of 23. Madonna, really? God, I'm so bored. She added, the list of people I have known and loved and lost to AIDS is pretty long. I'm sure many of you out there can relate. Let me say this one more time. There still isn't a cure for AIDS, and people still die from it. I refuse to acknowledge that these people have died in vain. And I will continue to honor World AIDS Day, and I hope you will honor it with me. Madonna, let's go back to, I want to tell a quick Madonna story. Madonna, you remember uh back in 1990 when you had a song called Vogue, and you had all the, because a lot of people were introduced to voguing from Madonna, right? But didn't realize that voguing came from the black and gay ballroom, which is basically a bunch of gay gangs who dance it out and do other competitions and performance, right? And Madonna took this obscure dance style that was pretty much a street dance, and then she made it mainstream, right? And everybody, it was a global hit. Remember, Vogue was everywhere, but everybody doing the dance from the video, all of that stuff, right? And she had the dancers in the video and everybody. Then they went on a tour called the Blonde Ambition Tour. The Blonde Ambition Tour was, I think, 1990, 1991, right? And while they were on that tour, they were filming a documentary called Truth or Dare. I don't know if y'all remember this. But I'm trying to refresh y'all memory. So, they shot the Truth or Dare documentary. The Truth or Dare documentary went on to gross, I think, like 29 something $million at the box office against a $4.5 million budget. So, AKA, it was a very successful documentary, right? Successful documentary. Then you have the subsequent DVD, VHS release, and all that other stuff. So you're making more money on that back end. Now, what the dancers noticed, the dancers who exposed their lives for all of these months, telling their personal business and private information, they noticed there was a clause in the contract where they were supposed to get some, I believe it was residuals from either the DVDs or the VHS sales or something like that, and they weren't getting their checks. It was something along those lines. They weren't getting their checks for something that was a clause in the contract. So they said, "Hey, match, we're not getting our money." And it was basically no response. Nobody cared. Mind you, this is the person who tells you stand up for yourself. Don't let nobody step over you. All of that stuff, right? This is that person, right, telling you, until it's her, until it's her. Mind you, one of those dancers died of AIDS. One of those dancers died of AIDS. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. So, you got one of your dancers dying of AIDS. Meanwhile, he's suing you because you're not paying him for a certain clause in the contract. And then the other dancers are suing you. Not all the dancers sued, but a few of them did. And then one of the dancers told the story of sitting down in, I think it was arbitration. I forgot what it's called when the lawyers, you're trying to work it out, right? And then Madonna basically said, "You're dead to me," to these dancers who she stole. She took their culture, right? Whatever it is. I'm not sitting here saying, whatever. We could have the religious talk later. I'm just talking about what she did. Miss World AIDS Day. Miss I care about the community. Until it's her. Until you call her out. Yeah, stand up for yourself, but don't stand up to her. So you dismissed these dancers, you fired them, and then on the next tour, you had a whole different tribe of dancers. And forgot these people ever existed. And these dancers, a few of them made a documentary a few years ago. I forgot what it was called. I think it was on Netflix. Yes, Mediation. Thank you, Pat. So why do we care what you have to say, Madonna? See, this is what I call the Nick Fuentes effect. It's like sometimes you're saying the right thing, but you're the wrong person to deliver the message. That's what this is. Madonna, we don't care. You can personally acknowledge World AIDS Day. Everyone has the prerogative to acknowledge whatever day they want to acknowledge. But here's the thing with the Trump administration. Trump administration was the first administration to acknowledge Pride Month in their first term. First one, first. Democrat or Republican. First. You didn't care. Y'all dismissed it. Oh, he's pandering. Okay, cool. Trump has a conflict with people in his own base about still marrying gay people at Mar-a-Lago. Trump don't care. He gonna do what he wants. Trump don't care. He gonna do what he wants. So here y'all go. He acknowledged World AIDS Day, first term. But here y'all go. Making a mockery of anything he does. And so there he said, fuck it, I'm just gonna leave it alone. I'm not gonna do anything. Fuck it. I don't care. Not gonna acknowledge it. As a matter of fact, you don't acknowledge it either. So he did a complete 180. Because why? Because the gay community at every turn is throwing him under the bus. Now you have the log cabin Republicans and you have gay conservatives and all that other stuff that support him. That's fine. But the greater gay community is pretty much like the black community, right? It's anti everything Trump does. So if you're going to be anti everything I do, cool. We just going to take you off the calendar. Y'all can do whatever y'all want privately, but I'm good on you, right? So damned if you do, damned if you don't, do what you want to do. That's it. That's all I got for you. If it's always going to be a problem, no matter what I say or do, no matter what I've tried to do, if you're going to be against it, then why am I going to even try at this point? So kudos to Trump. Trump is standing on business this second term. On business. And I respect it. He don't care if you call him racist. He don't care if you call him homophobic. He don't care. Do whatever you want. He gonna do him. He gonna do what he wants to do anyway. We will be right back. Woo! All right, all right, all right. So here we are. Here we are. So Candace Owens is back. She came back. Her show, her podcast came back yesterday. After a week off for Thanksgiving, and a week where she dropped some bombs on social media right before she left. Alleging there was an attempt on her life by the French and a couple of Israelis in there because the Jews always got to be involved. Because if the Jews aren't involved, it wouldn't be Candace if the Jews weren't involved. So you got that, Candace. The Jews are involved, and we're gonna do what we're gonna do. So she announces yesterday. This is yesterday's as the show was premiering. We are back. Today on the show, I announced that France was involved in Charlie Kirk's assassination. I also announced that they attempted to organize my assassination. Let's discuss this more thoroughly. Now, do y'all not understand what's wrong with the wording here, ladies and gentlemen? Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen. You've already announced this. This was announced the Thanksgiving week. So this was already talked about, right? We already talked. You already announced it, right? Now, the better wording would have been today. I present the proof. Today, I drop the gauntlet. Today, I'm going to drop the actual factual on how the French was involved in Charlie Kirk's assassination. Right? That should be the wording, right? Not I announced. You've already announced it. We don't need you to announce it again. We need you to now back it up. That's what we need you to do now, Candy. Back it up. But no, of course, we're not going to back it up. We're just going to keep giving you kibble to keep you coming back watching my YouTube channel. Now, mind you, when Candace took the first week off, I disengaged. I said I'm done. So you start presenting some actual proof, because being sent down rabbit hole after rabbit hole after rabbit hole, and you're just like, okay, dead end, dead end, dead end, dead end. Okay, dead end. Okay, move. Dead end, move. Present a little couple of things, a couple of conspiracies here, a little bit here, a little bit there, but I'm really not going to give you anything that you can work with. That's a problem. Charlie Kirk was assassinated September 10th. Since September 11th, 2025, Candace Owens has been on some ish. We have seen plots twist and turn. Plots, we've gone back and forth. And oh, by the way, she posted this about 4 hours ago. She said, I received information last night that put the final pieces together for me. I now can say with full confidence that I believe Charlie Kirk was betrayed by the leadership of Turning Point USA and some of the very people who eulogized him on stage. Yes, I will be naming names and providing evidence for my claims. And I am making a personal plea to every well meaning person who donated to this godforsaken organization to request a refund. You were lied to, and leadership knew. I'll wait for the clips. I'm not going to watch. Because at this point, what are we doing? Because what's very interesting about the second point in here, she says, I now can say with full confidence that I believe. I believe. So this is her theory. It's not a fact. And she's going to present some names. Cool. Okay, present some names. And then after she presents some names, she's going to provide evidence for her claims. Now, we've seen the evidence provided for claims past. Some things were compelling, but a lot of it was fluff. Some things were like, that's intriguing. But a lot of it, yeah, we're good. So here's Candace on the show yesterday. Apparently, the FBI left Candace on red.
The only department that we did hear back, well, first let me say, I did not at all hear back from the FBI on the American side. I did hear back from the counterterrorism unit. I did hear back from the White House confirming that that message had been delivered on Trump's desk, me saying that I had the information. I guess he didn't want to inquire further.
Yeah, he's only dealing with terrorist cells and a pending conflict with Venezuela, and he's dealing with peace in the Middle East, and he's trying to broker peace amongst Christians being slaughtered in Nigeria, et cetera, et cetera. He's running the most complex nation in the world. But let's stop all that. Candace Owens has a letter for me to read.
Which is interesting. But the FBI left me on red. And I will say I didn't go through an official channel and send an email, and I should do that.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, say you make salacious claims about the first lady, first gentleman of France, and you find out that there is a plot to take you out. Aren't you going to exhaust every option you have at your fingertips? I'm not sending something unofficial. I'm sending unofficial, official, overt, covert. I'm sending off the record, on the record. I'm sending everything I can. I am doing every damn thing that I possibly can if you threaten my life. And I have definitive proof that you are involved. Yesterday's show was the day to show everything, Candace. Yesterday's show was the day to show every damn thing. Everything you sent and everything you received. Everything. Not just the WhatsApp person giving, hey, this is a credible thing. Yeah, that's all good. But yesterday was the day to present the actual proof.
but I did send a text message to somebody very high up.
So I didn't go through the official channels to make sure that it's documented properly. I text somebody whose phone number may or may not have changed. I text somebody. Do we not see what's wrong here, Candace? An assassination attempt is something you take very seriously. And I'm doing more than sending you a text to, a high ranking whatever who's probably busy right now. Yeah, I'm going through the proper channels to make sure everything, dot all your I's, cross all your T's, because by the time you're sitting there before your podcast to make $500,000 more dollars, you should have all of that proof, all the correspondence you sent. What did you send to the White House? Show the official letter on Candace letterhead saying, hey, this is the problem and this is what was uncovered.
Who received the text message? No response. Now, I thought that the claim of the French Foreign Legion being involved in Charlie's assassination, I thought the FBI might be interested. No phone calls even from Utah's FBI branch have come into me either. Wouldn't you want to see? Aren't we supposed to be investigating the Charlie Kirk assassination? It was totally not a state operation, and they really want to get to the truth, which explains why nobody called.
Okay, so if you know anything about investigations, they're not going to share things with pedestrians. They're not going to say, hey, civilian, this is what we've uncovered so far. If you know anything about investigations, they keep a lot of it under wraps because there are a lot of moving parts, and they don't want some certain people to be tipped off that, hey, we're on to you, or this is happening, or that's happening. And I'm not saying I fully trust and believe the FBI here. Let's be very, very clear. I take everything that these people say with a grain of salt. But if these are the people who actually, quote unquote, have someone in custody, and then the part that's weird about the person they have in custody is that there's no footage of them being taken into custody, that's compelling, right? That's something you can be like, well, if you said this person turned themselves in and someone in a news network sent a FOIA request trying to get the footage and you say the footage has been destroyed, yeah, now I'm giving you side eye. That's compelling. But when you start bringing in all these theories about Israel and France and TPUSA and maybe his wife and all this other stuff, you got to be able to back that up. But that's why the wording is always the wording in her tweets or her ex posts.
No, Utah, not interested. I'm actually surprised Tyler Robinson's lawyer hasn't reached out to me.
Yes, Tyler Robinson's lawyer, who's trying to create a defense for his client, is gonna say, yeah, let's talk to Candace Owens. Yeah, we have a capital murder case. Literally, this boy is about to be fried by the state of Utah. Let's call Candace. Candace, you're making the claims to the world. You're not just talking to them, you're talking to us too. And then we become leery when you keep just saying, okay, this happened, or this is my theory, or, such and such corroborated what I said. Okay, that's great. But it's not the FBI, it's not the White House, it's not any high ranking official that you claim to be texting. Like, this is the text I said to such and such and such and such and such and such. That's what we want to see.
What's going on here? Now we've got to protect the patsy, right? We've got to protect the patsy in this situation.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the classic. You can't prove it, and I can't prove it. So therefore, she's right. She can't prove it. You can't prove it. So because neither one of you can prove it, Candace Owens is right. This is the classic. The classic. I was gonna pull up the actual episode, which I think I have. No, I don't have it pulled up. Um, but whatever. I do have it pulled up, but it's not on. It's not here. It's on Safari. And this is what I call this is the classic liberal debate tactic. I'm going to make a claim that I know I can't back up, but I know you can't refute the claim because you're probably not knowledgeable enough in it at the moment. So therefore, I win the debate. Liberals do this all the time when they come in my live stream.
Foremost, if you were one of the people online who believed for a single second that it was even a remote possibility that I simply made up a French assassination attempt.
That was the first thing I thought, actually. I said, oh, she has time off, so she has to keep her name in the press. That's the first thing I thought. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. That was the first thing I thought. I said, wait a minute. So we're going into a holiday week. She's off. Yeah, this is probably about as honest as a
I don't know, for like attention or something, a claim which has gone viral. When I say viral, I mean just the tweet alone had over 100,000 retweets.
Yes, look how oh my gosh, I look at all the attention I got. Look at all the attention I got from my tweet before I went on vacation. Oh my god, oh my god. Look, they were still talking about me while I was in the cabin having fun and cooking turkey. Oh my god.
45 million impressions on X alone. This was front page global news from the United
Look at me. Oh my god. I was all over the place.
States to Russia. It's now been a full week since I made that announcement. And here is the official response issued by the Elysee Palace. Nothing. And I publicly challenged the Candace is making everything up crowd to prove it.
That's literally what I just said. I'm going to make all of these salacious claims that I'm not verifying myself, but you can't verify it either. So that means I'm right. If you don't leave me alone with this bullshit. You made the claim, lady. I've said this in another video when I reviewed one of her episodes. You made the claim, lady. So therefore, it is up to you to bring the facts, the evidence, the proof. It's not for me to bring the facts, evidence, and proof. It's for you to do it. If I say an apple is red, but it's green, and I'm trying to convince you that this green apple is red, the burden of proof isn't on me. I mean, on you. It's on me. This is not a winnable debate argument. This is a manipulation tactic. This is how they deceive you. This is how they get over on you. This is how they make you believe she's a great orator. I've said this since she first got on the scene. She's a great orator. She speaks with confidence. When you speak with confidence and you're a great orator, just like who? Jamal Bryant. Jamal Bryant is the same way. He's a great orator. Meaning he has a voice that pulls you in, right? Not many people. I don't have that gift. I'm not a great orator. I know what my strengths are. And so she has that ability to pull you in. But you got to look behind the performance and look for the substance. And if you're not getting much on the substance side, more than likely you're being lied to or manipulated in some way for some other purpose. I don't care if you're a conservative. I don't care if you're liberal. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, Independent, Green Party. I don't care. If something doesn't make sense, I'm going to ask follow-up questions. Period. I don't care if you're on my side. I don't care if you're on another side. I don't care if I believe you 90% of the time. Well, that 10% is still in play too. That's it. So the fact that you have people who will literally attack, they'll attack me. They'll attack the other creators. They'll unfollow them because they're not agreeing with Candace all 100%. We can disagree without acting like crazy people. We can question things without someone's loyalty to conservatism or loyalty to MAGA, loyalty to whatever being questioned too. And that's what makes us not a cult. The cult is them. The you gotta, if you don't support all of these bullet points, you can't be a part of us. That's not us. That's not this side. And when we've been watching this unfold since September 11th, Candace Owens has been baiting and switching since September 11th. And again, like I said, some of the things has been very compelling. Some of the things have been very, very, very interesting. But now we're at the phase where we need verification. We're at the point where we need you to mean what you say what you mean, and then back it up with proof. Yesterday's episode, Candace, was the opportunity to present the proof. What intelligence you were made aware of that your life was being threatened and that Charlie Kirk was unalive? Because remember, hold on. I made a little list. Remember, hold on. Remember, first it was Israel. No, it was Netanyahu. Then it was Israel proper. Then it was Turning Point USA. Then it was the B cult. Then it was the meeting at the Hamptons. The meeting at the Hamptons. I did X, Y, and X, Y, and X, Y, and Z. And then we did that, right? Oh. And then we started going down these other rabbit holes. Different angles. Oh, he may not have been shot from the front, which she then verified he was shot from the front. So at least we can say she conceded on that point, right? Because remember, we were coming up, we had booby traps, somebody, apparently a bullet came up from the trap door that was under Charlie. And then, it was the angle over there, even though somebody shot through the glass, but the glass never shattered. Remember all this stuff, she was theorizing conspiracies, Again, it's been a long roller coaster ride. We're now at the point in the ride where we need hardcore proof. So hopefully, when she dropped the tweet she dropped a few hours ago saying she have evidence, although she managed to cover her ass, I will say this: she covered her ass by saying, "I now can say with full confidence that I believe." That's how she covers her ass, by saying, "I believe." Because somebody who had definitive proof can say, "I now can say with full confidence that," and there's no "I believe" in there, Charlie Kirk was betrayed. The "I believe" is to cover her ass. Because in case whatever she drops doesn't hold weight, she can say, "Oh, I said I believe." Ladies and gentlemen, I don't just speak English. I read to comprehend. I speak through English. I love words. So when you do things like that, I'm very aware of it. So let's see who she names today and what evidence she's going to provide. But when your week starts with this tweet that your show is back and you're going to announce what you've already announced, and then you're going to announce again what you've already announced. By the time you got to this Monday episode, we needed the facts, the proof, the evidence, the correspondence. Not I text someone at the FBI and they didn't get back to me, and I didn't go through the proper channels to make sure the FBI is aware that we're having these issues with the French government, and that this alleged transgender put a hit out on me, which is a big deal if it really happened. But if it really happened, yesterday was the day to show us. Yesterday was the day to put it down on the docket.
Foremost, if you nothing. And I publicly challenged the Candace is making everything up crowd to prove it. Press the White House for a response. Right?
We went over that already. That's a manipulation right there. That's how you get people to start second guessing themselves. And then you realize, oh, wait a minute, I don't have to prove a damn thing. You're making these claims. I don't have to prove a damn thing. You have to prove this stuff.
The ball is very firmly in their court. And a week later, this is the official White House response.
Yeah, because the White House is only running the most complex government in the world. Yeah, there's a lot going on. Sorry, Trump didn't say, hey, Tulsi Gabbard, get over here. Drop everything. Drop all this national intelligence stuff and get on this Candace Owens thing immediately. We're sorry. We have more pressing issues than some wayward, alleged conservative podcaster claiming that there have been threats on her life and she's presented no proof so far. Again, post the letter you sent to the White House. Post the text messages you sent to the FBI person.
So what's the issue here? Why is no one coming out and telling you that that's completely baseless? I cannot present to you a fact, and you can't present to me not a fact. Okay,
Oh, this was, I remember this. This was years ago. This was many, many years ago. Candace Owens was on the Rubin Report with Ryan, aka Blair White, who's a transgendered conservative. Listen, we're not here to talk about that right now. Just work with me. So we're not here to talk about that. I whatever. And they were having an issue because remember, Candace Owens, before she became Candace Owens, was involved in a doxing site called Social Autopsy, which basically puts the information of people, and correct me if I'm wrong, puts the information of people who they believe were some sort of threat to something. She put all their information up there. So basically, their addresses, where their kids go to school, their place of work, all that stuff was put up there. Bad idea. It was a terrible idea. So yeah, we're not falling for the okie doke. But this was the same thing. I don't remember what they talked about in this. Let me see what this. I didn't watch this part of the clip. Let's go back.
I cannot present to you a fact, and you can't present to me not a fact. Okay, we're both. I'm speculating, and you're saying it's not true. You saying it's not true could be a lie.
Okay, well, I didn't say it wasn't true.
You can't prove it's not true, and I can't prove it's true.
Okay, you already made it.
It's on you. It's on my opinion.
You made the claim. It's on my opinion. It's on me.
Oh, Blair did say, okay, yeah, the claim, right. Again, if I say the damn apple is red and it's clearly green, the burden of proof is not on the person I'm trying to convince. It's on me.
Nothing.
So the proof, ladies and gentlemen, that nobody cares about her life or her well-being is the fact that nobody got back to her, because she's high priority, ladies and gentlemen. She got millions of impressions the week before Thanksgiving. You better pay attention. Oh, Candace. Candace. And here's the thing. I this ain't personal for me. Like this is not personal for me. This is I'm commenting on what is being presented to me, right? What's being presented to the world. I'm not saying I have a personal vendetta. I have no personal vendetta against Candace Owens or Brandon Tatum or Ben Shapiro. I have no personal vendetta or issue with any of these people because I don't know any of them personally. I can simply go by what they've presented in the public forum. That's it. So if I say, hey, someone's trying to kill me, you trying to kill me? The first thing I'm going to do, if I'm telling the world this, is present the proof. How do you know someone's trying to kill you? Oh, okay, well, this happened, that happened, this was sent to me, that was sent to me. But when you get on these levels of all of this stuff, here's the thing, Candace. Whether Brigitte Macron is a man or whatever, and I'm not sure. Maybe the cult of Candace can put me on to why she became so interested in this story. Was it because people's actual lives were at risk, or was it because she needed people to tune in? She needed a hook, and the hook was, let me convince you that this person over here is a man. Because if you really think about it, and correct me if I'm wrong, y'all can correct me if I'm wrong on what I just said. Just correct me. And my whole point is, was it worth it? Was it worth it? You got 4 babies who need you. You got a husband. I'm not here to talk about people's personal opinions of your husband. I don't care. Ain't got nothing to do with me. But whether Brigitte is a transgendered person or not is for Brigitte to share, right? If Brigitte wants to share that she's or he is transgendered, then that's their prerogative. It's not for me to tell somebody what someone else is, whatever. And yeah, and let me be clear. It is I'm pretty much on your side on the Brigitte thing, but again, going down the rabbit hole of that or going into the docu-series of that, which I didn't watch all of it because it was a lot. But then they dropped the lawsuit. Now here's the thing. These people, if you drop a lawsuit, I guess the lawsuit was supposed to scare you, which obviously you ain't no punk. I'm not. Candace Owens ain't no punk. I'm not going. She ain't no punk. But if the purpose of the lawsuit was to scare you, it didn't scare you, because the problem is when you file a lawsuit, you then have to reveal everything, right? You then have to say, look, oh, this was everything. This was me pregnant. This is me giving birth. You may even have to share pictures of your nether regions. You may have to do all of that. I don't know. I don't know. But if the purpose was to scare you, why and they realized you weren't backing down, why haven't they dropped the lawsuit yet? Now I know Brigitte said she was going to share pictures of her parts, which nobody, I don't think, wants to see. But in order to prove the claim that you are in fact who you say you are, because now you're being forced out of the closet, so to speak. Yeah. Don't file a lawsuit if you don't want to reveal everything about yourself. So yeah, Candace, tonight, whenever your podcast airs, I don't know when it airs, but we better have names and evidence. Names and evidence. Providing evidence for your claims. I don't want to hear that such and such didn't like it or such and such, blah, 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 blah. Claims. I want the proof. I want the hardcore evidence that somebody did what you said they did. because you didn't provide us anything with some valid proof that your life was actually threatened. You didn't provide us with any of that. So now we're going to need something else. But anyway, thank you all for watching. I appreciate you. If you would like to support the channel, you can head on over to ajsrantroom.com. That's ajsrantroom.com. That's our official merch store. There's also, if you're on YouTube, there are some items at the bottom. Also, we still have our Cyber Monday sale going on until Wednesday. If you go to ajsrantroom.com and you punch in your email address, you will unlock 10% off the Rant Black collection and only the Rant Black collection. And I think there might be a couple of items from the Rant Black collection below. But either way, you can go to ajsrantroom.com and hook yourself up. If you would like to buy me a coffee, you can go to buymeacoffee.com, or you can scan this QR code or go to Buy Me a Coffee and punch in AJ's Rant Room. We also take cash apps as well. But yeah. And also one more thing, my main podcast is the Rant Experience. That's every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on whatever platform you're watching from. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Friday. This week's episode will be pretty dope. I'm still fleshing out the details, but it's going to be a pretty dope episode. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your Tuesday. I'll be live on TikTok about 4 o'clock today. I mean, like 4 o'clock. Yeah. I got a few things to do, but about 4 o'clock today. And then we will take it from there. I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. And peace. Peace.